ThermaStall, which is available on our Ultra models, is unlike anything else on the market. Not only is it a shower, it also houses the toilet, can be used as gear storage, and a sauna. In this video, we're gonna be jumping in and showing you all the amazing details about this product, how it works, and even showing you the sauna function. Having the ability to take a shower inside your van is key for a lot of customers, but we didn't want to just dedicate space inside the van for only a shower stall. So we packed as many features as we could into our ThermaStall. Outside right now, it's about 33 degrees here in Colorado. We want to start off by showing you guys the sauna functionality of our ThermaStall, which gets a lot of attention and for good reason. We've been running this for about 45 minutes to get it up to temperature. So we're gonna jump inside and show you how hot this thing gets and kind of how it works, okay? Now, the ThermaStall is heated by our Webasto heater. Webasto is a brand, and it runs directly off the diesel or gas tank. Now, it depends on your chassis that you get. We have two register outputs for the Webasto heater. One is right here to the main cabin. So this is gonna heat the main area up for living and sleeping and comfort. We have that one closed right now. So no heat is coming into the main cabin. All of the heat is going directly into the shower stall. So here on the thermal camera, you can see we're gonna be using this to show the temperature. So you can see the cold areas are gonna be the purple, more blue colors, and then where things are really hot, which is, you can see the shower stall there, really all nice and warm at the moment, so those brighter colors. So measuring just the outside temperature of the shower stall, we're getting about 128 degrees. That's the surface temperature of the actual material. So kind of just poking in through the side here, we're up to, it's reading about 166 degrees, 167 degrees. Now if we go down to where like the heater is actually outputting, we're getting about 188 degrees all the way down there at the bottom. Now to get those sort of temperatures, this is a custom-made, fully stainless steel shower stall. It has 1 inch of insulation all the way around. We include a teak shower mat on the bottom, so that's gonna get you up elevated so you're not standing on hot metal. It also allows for better draining, so if the van is not perfectly level, you're not gonna be standing in water at the bottom. So there's that teak mat down at the bottom. Also on the ThermaStall, we have the ability to expand it to make a bigger stall for when showering. So we have it closed up right now. You're still feeling a lot of heat coming out up here, which is normal because obviously the air has to go somewhere, but still it's holding a ton of heat on the inside. But if we wanted to make this bigger, even if we were saunaing or using it as a shower, we can hit these releases and actually slide out the entire stall. So now we've effectively increased the size of the shower stall, and when it's not in use, we can go ahead and just slide that right back. Definitely recommend if you're using it in the sauna mode to keep this closed, just because it's going to help to trap a lot of heat. When we want to get in and out of the shower stall, we can just open up the magnetic closure here to be able to get in and out. We also have the option to fully remove the curtain if needed for cleaning or just to get it out of the way. And this center panel here as well can actually roll up, so you can unzip on each side here, roll up the center panel section, and then you can clip it up out of the way. So if you're just using it as gear storage, or you just want it to be easier to get in and out to use the toilet inside, you can kind of set it up however you like. So you can keep it down, you can keep it up, you can keep it expanded if you want, but stowing it obviously is very easy, so you just go back and forth as needed. So I'll pop the door open so we can get a better look on the inside. We'll measure temperature again here. So opening this guy up, we can see temperature inside. We're sitting at, you know, kind of depends on where you read obviously, but 131, 150, all kind of depends. Obviously we're gonna be losing heat here pretty quick. If I measure down where that heater is actually kicking out, so if you kind of scoot around here, you'll see where the register comes out. So this is the heater output right here, as well as our quick disconnects for our shower and for the shower control mixer. And so the reason we do this is so you can actually disconnect the entire shower line. That way it's not rattling as you're going down the road. So we can just pop the entire assembly out right there. That way it's nice and quiet when you're going down the road. And then when you want to use it, it's just a push connect fitting. So you just clip it right back in And we can hang up the shower. It's got a little holder. So if you squeeze over this way, you'll be able to see the shower head holder kind of tucked up in here. And I'll roll this up so we can get a better look at it as well. But you can also see we have puck mounts here that have these attachments so we can string a clothesline across. And we also have the L track that's mounted along the back and side walls here. Also have these quick disconnect fittings so we can move these around to different locations. We can strap our skis in here. We can hang up jackets, boots, even ski boots. You can set them in here and use that as a place to dry out all your gear. So if you have stuff that's wet, like a wet towel after you shower, ski boots, skis, wetsuits after surfing, whatever you might have, you can hang it up in here. You can turn on the heater, use this as a dryer to get all your gear dried out, and it'll just drip dry right down into the gray water tank that's mounted underneath the vehicle. So really has a lot of functionality. You'll notice too that we popped the toilet out just to kind of allow you guys to see a little bit more of the vents and stuff. But the toilet attaches just using like a dual lock, which is like an industrial Velcro. So it just puts right in, no brackets to stub your toes on or anything like that. You can just take it in and out as needed. We offer several different toilet options. Our standard is a cassette toilet, but you can also upgrade that to a composting toilet or even a dry flush. And so we can do some videos about those so you guys can kind of compare and see all the different toilet options and check those out. But all three of those will fit and work in the ThermaStall, and it's just kind of up to you which one makes the most sense for your use case. But you can always pop it out, so when you want to take a shower, you're going to get a lot more space. Dimensions on the ThermaStall, so for our long wheelbase vans, including this one, which is the Ultra 170, we have 30-inch of interior width and 24-inch depth. It's a little over right at like 6 feet tall, so 72 inches tall at like the smallest point, but when you slide it out, you get a lot more effective space. So I'm almost 6'3", I'm about 200 pounds, so not a small guy, not the biggest guy either, but I fit very, very easily in here with it slid out. So when I roll up the center panel, I'll kind of show how that works. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So to get that center panel up, we're going to go ahead and just unzip each side. Okay. We have a little weight down at the bottom, and there's also a lip down here that's going to keep any sort of water or moisture buildup in place. We'll just go ahead and roll this guy up. Okay, clip it. Okay, perfect. All right, so now with these up out of the way, I'll step in. Pretty warm in here, but so I won't stay in too long. But you can see I got shoes on. I'm standing on the mat. Again, about 6'3", so I definitely have to bend a little bit as is. If I pop shoes off, I'll definitely get a little bit more space. Maybe I'll just do that so you guys can kind of see. So I'm like right there where my head kind of touches. You can see if this was all of my shower stall, right? My shoulders are probably close to that, about 24-inch width on my shoulders. So I could fit side to side, no problem. So I could do my showering like this, but still feels kind of compact. So with the ability to slide this guy out, right, way more space. So now showering is very, very comfortable. I have plenty of room to move around, do whatever I need to do. You know, these are very much so. In a van, you're not sitting here turning this thing on and just standing in here for 15, 20 minutes, right? Typically the way I use this, I'm gonna grab the shower head, I'll set my temperature, I'm gonna spray, rinse off, I'll hang it back up, grab my soap, lather up, rinse off, and I'm done, right? So, you know, I can get away with probably using probably around 3 gallons of water per shower if I'm being pretty frugal with it. Obviously, you can use more. We have 26 gallons of fresh water on board, so you know you can certainly have several people take showers, no problem. Yeah, and again, standing on the teak mat, it's not burning my feet, even with it being super hot down below here. It's very comfortable to stand on, keeps me up out of the water if I'm not on perfectly level ground. I can adjust the light up top here as well. So this is the white light. We can turn it off, and I can also go red light. Might be kind of hard to see in the daytime, but the red light will, gives you some nighttime use. So if I'm coming to use the toilet in the middle of the night, I'm not going to blind myself with the white light. So yeah, lots of features baked into the ThermaStall. It's why we've, every time we do a video about our Ultra model, we get tons and tons of questions about this stall, whether people can buy them themselves or we offer them, if we can install them for people, just because it really is one of the best shower stalls on the market, both from a quality perspective, space saving, and all the functionality that you get with it. So the ThermaStall, as of right now, is only offered with our Ultra models. And is only available with our Titan Van full build. So we don't offer it as a standalone product, but is one of those things you can get if you get the Ultra model, and is one of the things that I think is one of the reasons why the Ultra is such a popular model for our customers, especially even if they're on the fence about getting a shower in a van and they're like, well, I don't know if I want it to take up all this space. Because you can do so much with it, say, yeah, you want a shower, but maybe you're only going to use it occasionally. Maybe it's a dozen times a year or something like that. Well, you can still use it as a sauna, which is obviously super nice. Definitely during the winter time, you can get your sweat on, rinse off, whole new day. You can also use it as gear storage. It houses the toilet, so you can get some privacy when you're using the bathroom, especially if you're traveling with friends or family. So it has a lot of functionality baked into it. And yeah, so those are some of the key features here. The teak shower mat, I guess one last thing to mention, it can be taken out too, so you can easily clean underneath it. Take out the mat if you ever wanted to rinse it off or whatever. So yeah, it's a really very robust, stays nice and warm with the heater running, has a great aesthetic to it, and is one of those things that's just going to last. There's no chintzy components in here, no plastic hardware. A lot of these RVs out there are going to be using like little chintzy slider doors that just kind of break or just don't feel very solid. We're using like dry bag material up here. Everything is super solid, heavy duty magnets for the closures, high-end lockable drawer slides that lock both in the in position, so it's never going to come flying out on you, and then lock in the out position as well, so it's never going to just close, no matter if you're, even if you're parked at an angle. So just across the board, some of the highest quality materials you can use, and a very unique design that you will not find with any other van company. So if you want to learn more or even check out our Ultra models, make sure to look us up on titanvans.com and hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our other great products and features.